dear friend, through the tunnel of grief. I am Theodora. In this space, we explore ways to nurture ourselves and loved ones through the many shapes and seasons of grief, from the raw ache of losing a loved one to the quiet heartbreak of divorce or separation. This podcast is here to inspire, inform, encourage, and remind you that you're not alone. So let's walk this tunnel together. You don't have to walk through it all alone. If you have been following along, this is our third episode on how to cope with grief. Our last episode, we explored writing and journaling as a way to cope with grief, a safe space to give words to what feels too heavy to say out loud. Today, we will step outside into the soil, the sun, and the quiet companionship of nature. We'll talk about gardening as a way of coping with grief. You don't need to be a farmer or even have a big backyard. Gardening in its simplest form is about planting something, tending to it, and let it remind you that life, though fragile, keeps growing. I never expected gardening to be part of my healing journey, but it did. And I want to share with you how it helped me and how it might help you too. I first learned about gardening from my maternal grandparents. They always had something growing: vegetables, flowers, fruits, among others. As a child, I would follow them around, not realizing how deeply those moments would root themselves in my life. After my father died, grief left me restless. I didn't have words for the pain, but I had energy that needed to go somewhere. Often, I would end up in the garden. I would dig, weed, water, plant. At first, it was just something to do, but over time, I realized it was something more. When I planted seeds, I found hope. Watching something so tiny push through the soil reminded me that life continues even after loss. When I pulled the weeds, it felt like I was pulling out some of my sorrow, giving it back to the earth. When I harvested food or saw flowers bloom, I felt joy I didn't think was possible in grief. Even now, gardening is part of who I am. No matter where I live, I find a way to grow something. Herbs in pots, flowers on a balcony, vegetables in a small patch of soil. It's not just about plants. It's about finding peace, connection, and healing in nature. So, why does gardening work as a form of grief therapy? The first one, gardening connects you to the rhythm of life. Grief often makes us feel stuck, like time has stopped. But in the garden, you see growth, decay, renewal. It's a reminder that life moves in seasons. The second one, gardening is grounding. Literally, putting your hands in the soil, touching plants, feeling the sun, it calms the nervous system. It brings you back into your body when grief feels overwhelming. Thirdly, it gives you a sense of purpose. When grief makes everyday tasks feel meaningless, caring for plants gives you something small but meaningful to do. You water, you tend, you see the results. And the fourth, gardening is peaceful. There is something meditative about gardening. The repetitive motions, the digging, the watering, the pruning can be soothing. Gardening takes off your mind from any troubling thoughts and just puts you in a place of peace. Some practical guidance to start gardening for therapy. You may be thinking, that sounds beautiful, but I don't have a garden. That's okay. Here are some simple ways you can begin. Start small. A pot of basil on your windowsill, a succulent on your desk, even one plant can bring comfort. The second one, make it meaningful. Plant something in memory of your loved one, a rose bush, a fruit, or even a flower they loved. Let it be a living tribute. The third, create a routine. Each time you water your plant, take a moment to breathe, to remember, to honor your loved one. And the fourth, spend time in nature. If you truly can't grow anything, visit a park, a garden, or even walk barefoot on grass. Let yourself be surrounded by growth, life, and nature. I would like to invite you into a short reflection. Take a deep breath in and out. Imagine yourself holding a small seed in your hand. This seed represents hope, even in grief. Now ask yourself, if I were to plant this seed, what would I want it to grow into? What quality do I most need in my grief journey right now? Peace, patience, strength, comfort? Take a moment to picture that seed growing into a plant that carries that quality for you. If you can, I encourage you this week to actually plant something, big or small. Let it be a companion on your grief journey. Dear friend, grief can feel like a barren soil, empty, lifeless. But with time, care, patience, new growth can emerge. Gardening is not about forgetting the one you lost. It's about remembering, honoring, and finding peace in the simple miracle of life continuing. In our next episode, we will explore another companion in grief, pets. I will share how my cat Primrose, my fish, and even my doves gave me comfort and purpose when I needed it most. Until then, I invite you to step outside, touch the soil, plant something, or simply sit under a tree. Let nature remind you that life, even after loss, continues to grow. Thank you for being here with me. You are not walking this tunnel alone. We are walking through it together. Take care, my dear friend.